You can see here I have two of the taotaos. This is the newer model. You can tell by the front. It's much fancier, nicer lights as opposed to the older model. This, I believe, is a 2010 or 2011 here, and this is the new 2012. I'm going to go through the differences. Until one difference here is the rims, much nicer in the newer one as opposed to the older. The tire size is actually also larger. This is a 12-inch tire. This over here is a 10-inch tire. This is a little bit less expensive. I think these are going for about $500 to $600, where the newer style 2011 goes for about $750. That is delivered to your door. You can get these online if you search Chinese scooter. You can tell on the back of the new model, the rear lights are a little bit nicer, a little bit nicer tail light as opposed to the older style. You can also tell that they changed where the gas is. This is the older style again. They have the gas out here, and usually there's a little basket you can add on, which I did not add on. On the new style, they put the gas underneath here instead, so you could leave the basket on and still gas up. As opposed to the old style, you'd have to take the back basket off every time you gas up. This is still locked here, so no one can get at your gas. And this still does latch up, and this is locked. You can take the key out here, and this gives you some extra storage. This pops up, put some clothes and stuff in there. This just locks down like that. I'm going to review the older one first here. The lights are a little bit different. The lights on, the mirrors on the newer one are a little bit better. The controls all in all are about the same. You got high beam on and off. You got left. You got right. Put the key in here so I can show you what it looks like. So you got left. Just blinks right here. You got right. You have high beams. Then you get your horn. This is your starter here. This is off. This is on. What you have to do is hold your brake in and then push the starter. And my starter has little problems. Doesn't catch the first time sometimes. And after that, it pretty much starts right up. This is, I believe, just old age. I almost have 1,000 hours on here. Gas is pretty low. I'm going to give it a quick little drive around. Actually, I'll do that with the helmet cam on so I can get a better shot here. Turn it off. Get the kickstand down on this one. We have one kickstand here. And also, if you want to raise it up even higher, leave on this one. You should have a dual kickstand to kick it up even higher. Oh, it's right here. Kick that up. And you need some power, but basically you can put the whole thing up a lot more stable. And it just takes the back tire off. Also have the Kickstarter here. If you want to kickstart it, you can. And this is a little bit older. Basically, this model, I actually had the engine blow up. The piston went through the engine. They did cover it under warranty. They sent me a brand new motor. It took me about 5 to 7 hours to replace the entire engine. I had to pull this whole thing apart. That was kind of a pain in the butt. But they did cover it, so that was nice. Piston went right through the block, so that wasn't too good. This is the new model, and I've gotten this, say probably maybe 3 months ago. Put about 500 hours on it so far. It's got really good gas mileage, about 100 miles per gallon. Same basic. This is your double kickstand here. Pulls the whole back tire off. Kickstand. Basically, the controls are the same, a little bit different layout, left, right. You can tell a little bit. They changed it up a little bit. Here's one of the things I do not like about the new one. The power is just not there. When you go to accelerate, and I'll show you when I have the helmet cam on, it's much quicker on the older model. That could have been because they upped the tire size to 12 inches. It's a nicer, smoother ride with a bigger tire size, but it's just the acceleration is just not there. It becomes a problem when you want to cross the road. It almost takes 5 seconds to cross the road, so that can be very dangerous if you're crossing a highway. Also going up hills, it has a real problem when you're going up a hill about 30, it can drop down to about 15 miles per hour. I did contact the manufacturer. They said that's just something with the newer model. taotao is not as powerful. They didn't give me any more specifics. So if you want something with just a little bit more power, the older one is fairly nice. You save a little bit of money. Tire sizes are smaller. Maybe it doesn't look as nice, but the ride is much better acceleration. When you're going up those hills, it'll stay about 30, 35. I've gotten this older one up to about 50, 55. When you're going down a hill, it's a little scary at that speed, so I don't maintain it too long, but you can definitely go pretty fast with them. So I think that's about it. I'll put the helmet cam on now and just drive both of them. You can see the differences in acceleration. The other difference I notice here is to get dual shocks in the back of the new style, when the old style just has a single back shock. You can definitely tell the newer one is a smoother ride, but that acceleration thing is just what kills it for me. I'd rather have the power. If you go anything above a 50cc in this state, you have to have a motorcycle license, which I probably am going to get anyway, but it's just inconvenient if you want to go out with some friends who maybe don't have that kind of license. It's got the disc brakes, which are nice. So, all right. Okay, we're going to test drive the taotao 50cc. We're going to do the older ones, the 2010 model first. Get on here, stand up, make sure it's on, there again, on. Alright, here we go. You can see if I put the pedal to the metal, if you will, it does feel out. Never just the front brake. It's got a little bit of a squeaky brake here. That's just with old age. Go very slow, really nicely here. Now I'm going to drive the new taotao 2012 model. Same thing, 4950cc. This one, the pickup is not as fast, as you will probably be able to tell. Sometimes it's one of those things you have to drive it, but we'll see if I can show you what I mean. Again, hold the brake in, same thing, make sure it's in on position, brake in. You'll see this one starts much better than the other one. The starter's much newer. There it is. Alright, here we go. When you give it the gas, you'll see how the takeoff's just a little bit slower. You really notice it when you're crossing the roads. You can tell there, it just takes a while to get it revved up. You cannot make the wheels feel out like the other one. All of this is max right now, all the way. See, it does accelerate, just much, much slower. If you don't mind accelerating slow, it would be fine. There's just a problem when you want to cross the road like this. Maybe have some cars coming at you. It's a little scary because you want to get across that road quickly. Nope. I got it maxed out right now. Mirror's a little bit better. It is more expensive also. Maybe even stop depending on how steep that hill is. Alright, there you go. So after reviewing these two, I would personally rather have or be driving this older model. Even though it doesn't look as nice, it drives much faster, better on the hills. As far as looks, this one definitely wins. As far as driving, the older model does. You save $100. Maybe taotao's newer model will be better. It might be the 10-inch tires are just better for this engine. And that might have been where they went wrong with it. Besides that, the engines look pretty much the same. So I believe it's just the shell they change in the tire size, but I'll let you make your own decision.